No, it is not. There's a video on Twitter coming around right now of this individual, a Fortune 500 trader, who shows their day in the life, which consists of them going to work, brushing their teeth, making a microwave dinner, going home, defrosting some chicken sausage, cooking it up on a skillet, and feeding their dog and being with them, and just watching TV. And the caption to it by a Twitter user is, "This is so depressing." Goodness gracious, I feel as though we lack Sonder now. The ability to imagine someone else's life as equally full and enjoyable as ours is, or the capacity for it to be so. No, this Twitter user looks at this individual, and because they have a very stoic face the entire time, except for when they want to play up, pointing at the screen with finger guns or anything, they seem to be very, very flat. And they do their thing. They wake up, they brush their teeth, they go to work, they have an hour-long lunch break for which they can come home and play with their dog, go back to work, go home when they finish their work. So much of what this person's doing is the American ideal, right? Just security in housing, security in food, having a loving dog. And this person has the audacity to say that this person is depressed just by virtue of looking at their face. Here's something that I hope sticks. Your headcanon of other people does not matter. Your headcanon of other people and what their lives are going through does not matter to them, because they are living full lives that are not defined by your expectation or idea of how they live theirs. To produce the headcanon of this person is depressed because they have resting bee face is silly, is dumb. And they double down as well. This person goes, you could see it in their face. You can see how depressed they are in their face. It's possible to have everything and still be unfulfilled. Why are you projecting this unfulfilledness to this person? Why are you doing that? We want to imagine that the people who are successful or happy are still upset because we are. And maybe that's me projecting on this person. Person, if you're watching this, you do not need to listen to me talk to you like this or talk about you like this, right? But it also reminds me of how we do that in the VTuber community, right? There is a creator. I commented on their post recently. Let me find it. There's a creator by the name of Claudia Moneta, who was the subject of a VTuber meme recently, a screen cap from 4chan, where it talks about how you can't buy success because this person spent so much money and has taken a hiatus, right? And people are very, very good at creating rats, creating narratives, creating their idea of a situation that's going on. And sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes they might be right. It is like anxiety. Because the few times our anxiety was correct, we trust ourselves too much to believe that we know what's going on in everyone else's lives. Claudia Moneta responded, by the way. Claudia Moneta responded to this tweet and giving clarification that she didn't spend $69,000 on meeting up with Pokimane and all these other such and having a stream with them, but that this was already an offer from these larger creators, and she wanted to donate the stuff to charity. She reinvested $3,000 of payouts that she got from her community back into VTubing. How is that sad? How is that depressing? Why are we rushing to believe that life is depressing like this? I hope Fortune 500 guy and Claudia are living their best lives still. I hope that my headcanon of them being happy or good is the real one. Because ultimately, I can say all the stuff defending these two as well, and I will never know what's going on in their lives, because they don't owe it to you. They don't owe it to you to reveal their most deepest parts of their hearts. And whatever you perceive, whatever is true in your reality, does not have to be true in everyone else's. When you get a vibe, when you get an opinion, when you get a feeling from somebody, when you think of someone as jerk just because they don't talk to you or greet you in the morning, it could be that they're tired. There are so many reasons for someone to be a certain way, and listing all of them out instead of going with your first instinct and following through with that is probably for the best. It's probably for the best that you think too deeply. But we don't. Our culture nowadays is a culture of fast value and interactions. We like knowing the correct answer already. In fact, we've been trained by the education system to seek out fast and quick answers. But life doesn't work like that. Life is complex. Life is a series of spectrums and outward-facing masks that do not reflect the inside. And that people can't get over themselves and what they think of somebody else to the extent that they publish their opinions of how people are living their lives and why it's sad. Come on. I'm sorry? Pardon me? Have we really fallen as a race that quickly and that much? Or maybe it was always like this. See, this is the roller coaster of examining humanity every now and then. It's the roller coaster of asking, were we always like this? Were we always making big, sweeping generalizations of another person? Essentially depersonalizing them into an object for us to laugh at and stare at? But I guess we have. It makes me think of the carny, right? Individuals who are different or aberrant and made fun of for the pleasure of normal people. Or for normative people. And in lieu of carnies right now, in lieu of rich people making shows of aberrant or weird people, we are making those shows ourselves. Small channels are finding people and producing carnies, producing lolcows, producing individuals worthy of being made fun of, even when they are not. Fortune 500 guy, Claudia, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you all of the grace that exists. Because it is hard to be scrutinized. It is hard to have a lot of people look at your life, have their opinions, and when there are so many people saying what they believe, it's hard to drown them out with how you are. But if you are happy, and someone is out there trying to tell you you're sad, please don't believe them. I mean, it's the same with me and another creator, right? For a brief moment, this person and I stopped collaborating, and people thought we were fighting. People made actions that we both observed in our communities toward siding with one person or another person. And even if they were entitled to the information of our relationship, making those moves, in my opinion, is pretty petty. The headcanons you make of the creators that you enjoy, or even the people you revile, do not matter. I promise you that your time is much better spent than people watching and posting your people watching notes on the internet. Ding, 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 10 minutes.